Hi there, I'm Renee Fuentes and welcome back to my channel, Thai Caliente, where I show you how to make your favorite Thai and Mexican recipes. Today I'm sharing a Thai recipe for a soup. It's called Kha Gai. So Kha Gai, if you've had tom yum, it's very similar. Kha Gai has coconut milk and it's made with what we call a Galangal Root, which is also in Thai is called Kha. So that's where the name comes from. The Galangal root can be a little bit difficult to find. They do have them at most Asian markets or grocery stores. A lot of recipes on the internet will substitute ginger. They look pretty similar. The galangal is just going to be a little bit bigger. You can substitute ginger. It's just going to give you a different flavor profile. So if you're okay with that, then by all means make it with ginger. But if you can find the galangal root, then I highly recommend making this soup with that. So this is the perfect soup to eat during the colder months. It's just nice and cozy. In Thailand, they eat it as a meal with some rice, but you can either have it on its own or kind of as an appetizer with a main meal. So we're gonna be making this soup with chicken. Now let me go ahead and go over all the different herbs with you guys.
So here are the ingredients and aromatics to make kha. So up first are these fresh Makrut Lime leaves. You can find these at most Asian stores. I just happen to have a giant tree in my backyard, or you can also get them dried. The next ingredient is lemongrass. Lemongrass I have been able to find at most local stores, but at an Asian store you'll definitely find it. And this is the key ingredient, the kha in the kha. So this is galangal root. It does look like ginger, but it's gonna have a different taste to it. I'm also using some cilantro leaves, and then I had a bunch of the stems, and these actually have a lot of flavor, so I'm gonna use that to flavor the broth as well. And then I also have some chopped green onions to garnish the dish afterwards. I have some fresh lime juice. I use about half a lime per serving. And then this is about 1 pound of chicken breast that I've just sliced thin. And then 1 can of coconut milk. I use full fat. Not pictured is some straw mushrooms, which I forgot to show you guys. And then also this chili oil that I like from Trader Joe's. You can also use a Asian chili oil as well. So for the lemongrass, I'm just going to cut it up into bigger chunks, and I'm going to use the back of my knife and just pound the lemongrass just to release some of the aroma, and you'll immediately start to smell that lemon scent as well. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Makrut lime leaves. I'm just putting them together and just kind of rolling them up and just pounding them gently. Again, it's going to release those oils and aroma, and it just smells so good once you do that. So this is a pretty big piece of galangal. I'm just trimming off the dried ends, and you can go ahead and discard those. And then I'm just going to kind of cut them into little discs. If the galangal is older, it is going to be a little bit harder to cut, but a good sharp knife should do the trick. So once I have about 4 pieces, I'm going to save the rest and freeze it in an airtight bag so I have it for another time. So I just have about 6 cups of plain water. Well, my recipe does say 3, but I think I put a little bit more. So I'm adding all of my herbs, and this is just to flavor the broth. I did add 1 Thai chili pepper just because I'm not going to make it too spicy so my kids can eat it as well. So now I'm going to poach the chicken breast once the aromatics have been simmering for a while. And then this just takes a few minutes to cook the chicken. I'm removing the cilantro stems. You can also remove some of the lime leaves and lemongrass. And there I just added about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. You will need to have more on hand just in case. I tasted it. Since I am using more water, it did need a little bit more fish sauce. Alright you guys, so these are the mushrooms that I was telling you that I forgot to show you earlier. They're just straw mushrooms. They're fresh. You can either find them at an Asian store or in a can. So once the chicken is done, I'm lowering the heat. I added the mushrooms and added the coconut milk. And you're not going to have that citrus flavor. I like to add the lime juice when I serve it just because it can kind of taste weird if it sits too long with the coconut milk. And then I'm going to add chili oil to my individual bowl because, as I mentioned, my kids are eating it too. So add as little as you want, as you like for some spice. And then go ahead and ladle the thom kha into the bowl, and it gives it that nice, pretty orange, oily color when you add the chili oil. And I'm adding lots of fresh green onion and cilantro, and then your thom kha is ready to serve. So in Thailand, thom kha is served as a meal. They serve it with rice, and it's so nice and cozy, and it will definitely warm you up on a cool day. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Be sure to leave me any comments below, and I'll see you next time.